Welcome to part one of my process video series. In this video, I'm going to be talking about collecting reference, which is one of my favorite parts of any project. I mentioned in my intro that I work in the animation industry. One thing I've noticed whenever I've worked in the early concept design phase of a film is how much the role of reference collection plays in the process. Sometimes in early presentations, a majority of what is being shown to the director and to the team is just curated reference rather than actual drawings or paintings or even anything original. Gathering reference is extremely helpful in many different ways. If you have like a vague idea of something you want to make, it really can be helpful to solidify your concept because you have the benefit of seeing how other people approached a similar design challenge, and it can really help spur new ideas or like angles within your concept. One quick side note, in saying all that, you could wonder, uh, does looking at other people's work somehow take away from the originality of your piece if you're looking at other artists' work? And I would say that that is the very reason that it's good to look at what's out there, because it is surprisingly common to have what feels like a completely original idea, only to discover that like 10 people already thought of it and already like executed it super well. So it'll give you a sense of what is already out there, what's been done, and it's going to kind of help you avoid repeating existing work. Another benefit of looking at reference is that it can help me figure out like what do I even like, and that might sound weird, but it is not always obvious to me exactly. So as I click and save a bunch of images, when I look over what I've collected, I can start to notice patterns. So for instance, my last piece was pretty blocky with mostly straight angles. But for the horse, I've noticed that I tend to prefer rounder forms. And I think the reason is that even when it's like a still image, the rounder shapes are kind of more in line with the fluid feeling that I'm envisioning for the motion within the horse animation. Yeah. One last thing about collecting reference that I'll mention is the motivation that I get when I see a ton of awesome works of art. Animation can be a very time consuming and slow process that requires a lot of patience. So, the more motivation I have at the beginning of a project, the more likely it is that I'll spend the time to actually finish it. So, by looking at all these compelling images, I am educating myself and getting ideas, and kind of most importantly, I'm filling my creative engine with the fuel that is going to like propel me through the work and keep it fun. So, anyway, this is probably enough reference for now. A tiny danger of reference collection is that I could do it forever once I get started. So at some point, I kind of have to tear myself away. And there's a plenty here for now. So I'm going to get started on the model. Thank you for watching.